there, folks! It's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And we left off, we leveled up our characters after handing in those bounties, and then spoke to a slaver. He wanted our help in making sure his ship got to where he wanted to be, to sell Orlan slaves. We instead bought the slaves off him, and freed them. It was the best option that we had. Considering that we couldn't seize the ship and free the slaves that way, it was the best way we could ensure that they were no longer slaves. Now we are in a new area, the Wood-End Plains, exploring about and taking out forest lurkers. Before we keep exploring this area, I'm going to get someone to escort Solmar the Shackler out of our stronghold. And we're going to send you. There you go. Finished in 0 seconds. Is it done? I believe it is now done. Because they were leaving anyway,
I'm here.
It was a simple matter of just getting them to go. With that taken care of, it's time to keep looking about.
I'm here.
Let's get my two scouts over to this elevated area.
At once.
Ooh, there's definitely something here. There's a wagon. I wonder if there's someone with the wagon, or if they've been attacked. Ooh, someone's spotting us. Ah, that someone is this forest lurker that I just tiptoed by. It's a good thing the "you're being noticed" indicator warned me of that. Right, we'll get ready for this quick fight. Shouldn't take too long. Just head over here. Aha! No make-believe guns this time. That was a fine amount of damage. So, you start doing that. You start doing this. You two have at thee. And I want you to do this. Then, reload your gun. Ready to blast the lurker. This will not take very long at all, especially if we do this. There we go. And one more. Didn't need that. Didn't need that at all. One more lurker, taken care of. Excellent. These ones aren't giving me any experience.
I'm here.
But other ones will.
Hey.
Okay, I want you over here while I keep heading in this direction. There's nothing here I can loot. But this looks like it's going to wind. Yep, there is a slope here. A very distinct slope at that.
I'm here.
Now, who is by this wagon? Is anyone by the wagon? Not a place to put a wagon and just leave it. So, here we have no one.
I'm here.
Wine dregs swirl around the bottom of the clay jar. I guess nobody's here. Must have been abandoned. We'll take these copper pans, a scroll of prayer against restraint, and this can go there. Ah. Is this trapped? No, doesn't seem to be. And here we have a potion of Lengrath's displaced image, and a little bit more money. Okay. Maybe the person that owned that. What's the man up there? Was forced to abandon his wagon and then fled, only to be caught and killed. I don't know. The game's not going to give me that answer. Or maybe it will later. Ah, somebody stole things from my wagon.
I'm here.
And then we get a reputation drop. Okay. Let's keep looking around. There's a big amount of nothing here. The big amount of nothing. Ooh, and a bit of fence. Maybe once this was a farm. Maybe it still is a farm. Not one that's doing very well. Okay, let's get you four over to here. I really shouldn't have done that without
I'm
checking
here.
to see if you'd attracted the attention of something. Oh, they look to be a building. Can I get into the building? Ah, this building has seen better days. Oh, this building's seen better days.
Hey.
I think this farm's been abandoned to nature. Perhaps the crop wasn't that good. Or maybe the wilderness was too
Yes.
hostile. Looks to be a couple of graves here. A sparrow's nest is tucked between two angled slats. Yeah, there's nobody here.
I'm here.
Nobody here at all. I'm actually going to stop sneaking to get over to here quickly. There we go. And now we can keep exploring up here. No enemies. I was expecting a forest lurker in this patch of former farmland, but no,
Hey.
nothing.
Yes?
There's still quite a lot of this area left to explore. Let's start by going over here. Nothing but a rock. And the chirp of birds. Ooh! No. Not true. There's this. Excellent. Okay, party needs to regroup with
Hey.
Lyrin and Biscuit
I'm here.
as we rediscover the road. Oh! Kana has... Oh no, we found something. Okay,
Yes?
not good.
Hey.
There's one of them. Right.
I'm here.
You need to stop stealthing. We need to rush over right now. You're probably not alone either. You are alone. Okay, that's fine. Okay,
I'm here.
I need you to use this. You need to go over here.
Following your
Start
lead.
shooting. You stay
How may
here.
I help?
You blast. And you should probably knock this foe down. Okay, you're not that
I'm
terrible.
here.
You're not that
How
terrible.
may I help?
That's good.
Hey.
You can use a spell,
Not getting through
but
me.
that's not going to save you. Because our gun is almost ready. Kaboom! And that's the end of
Hey.
you. Okay, more awakened wood. And I should probably carefully look around there just in case. Nope, nope, there are no other enemies. But there is someone over here.
I'm here.
And by the fact that there is an animal with them,
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
Yes?
you look to be a ranger. Hello, Sagani. A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides leans against a road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She's sharpening a bow and arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figurine between her feet. A large, white-furred fox standing at her heels looks up at your approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Your friend is supposed to meet you here, I take it.
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Back up. What does this stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
How long have you been looking for Persok? Her painted brows lower, and her compact, muscular frame sags for just an instant. 5 years. That's a long time to be searching for someone. Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in Madeirwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation. which could be anyone. So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember? Who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Then it must be a very important duty, Sagani.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
She looks at the archer figurine in the dirt. How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished ardra is worn to a dull matte along its arched brow and ovoid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persoc. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
As she holds it out to you, you feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persoc, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time it looks just like this.
I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forked told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course.
Oh, we're not going to be charging him.
I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine regardless, Sagani?
Why?
Why not?
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the Ardra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. You catch the musk of beasts amidst the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You'll have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below you. Perception 15! Sniff the breeze. Breathing deeply, you smell salt in the air. Wherever you're standing, wherever Persoc is standing, must be near the ocean, not a lake. I see a vision of cliffs higher over the water. Does that sound familiar? Your question is greeted with shrugs and silence. I've got it. He's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
She looks at the Ardra bear herself, turning it a few times, and then back to you. I'm a real watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Come with me then. I've got other business in the area. We could look for Persoc on the way. Why not have another companion? Why not?
If this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Either way.
She tucks the figurine into her pouch, and her fox stands, shaking its pale coat. And we now have a quest, the Long Hunt. Sagani is a Boreal Dwarf Ranger, so now we have 2 Rangers. Can't hurt to have a second Ranger for now. So, you are level 7, and your active ability, you have Takedown, and you also have Weapon Focused Peasant, Faithful Companion, Beast Slayer and Agile Retreat. This gives 12 defense while disengaging. This gives a bonus against beasts. This means you have a plus 30 defense against charms, dominated, confused, and all those other effects. And weapon focus peasant means you have a bonus with hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, hunting bow, and unarmed. As for your gear, you have the Massock hunting bow, and a fine dagger and a fine hatchet. Sagani's hunting bow is made for a dual role. In her home village, the hunters pursue game both to kill and to subdue, often using blunt arrows to stun small quarry. These captured animals are sometimes raised or traded to other villages. As a result, Sagani's Massock bow can fire arrows that do pierce or cross damage, but it has slightly reduced damage and range. Interesting. This could be enchanted. But we don't have the Pilgrim's Crown to enchant it to fine. For now, what I need to do is I need to give you a couple of things. Do I have a fine hat for you? I have many fine hats for you. Why don't I give you... Ooh, I could give you this. That seems like a good idea. And I could also give you this. That seems like a good idea. And we should also give you that too. Anything else? Don't see anything else I really want to hand over right now. You're using a set of fine hide armor. Do I have better than fine hide? 25% reduction speed. 20% reduction. Fine hide. Fine leather. A little better than hide. But also reduces your movement a bit more. That is not much better either. I suppose we can leave you with that for now, but we'll also give you this, and this. Oh no, we can't give you that as well, but we can give you that. Excellent. So now we have an extra ranged combatant. Not quite what I was looking for a party member, but I'll take it. As for your abilities, you have... Ooh, you have a lot of stealth. You have level 9 survival. Ooh.
I'm here.
So now we can have 2 people sneaking. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. And we could also have you sneak too.
Yes?
We have a veritable ambush brigade here. Ooh, I was thinking of having a frontliner, but maybe having 2 rangers would be very interesting. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes for now. For now, the only way it could hurt in the meantime is that we're going to be splitting our experience between 6 people as opposed to 5, but we're getting a lot of experience. And we could always, if we get someone we prefer to have in the party, we can always have Sagani just hang around at the Stronghold.
I'm here.
But for the time being, we'll have her along. Okay, if we go over here, there's... Ooh. Oh, there's an NPC. Okay.
Hey.
We found a friendly person. Or
I'm here.
I'd like to think they're a friendly person. This is when they're not a friendly person.
Absolutely.
Okay, now we need to change how this works. So, I want you at the back, you there, and you there. Ooh, do I want it like that? Actually, I want it like this. There we go.
Yes?
Have it like that. Oh, I like that. Well, that said, I might change it a little bit more. Let's change it a little bit more. Let's actually put you there and you there. There we go. Better. Now.
I'm here.
Who are you? Tucked under the flap of this bedroll is a relic of some kind, a small conch shell strung with seaweed. Hello. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Let's reach out. You see a group of robed figures sitting next to a fire. This woman, much younger and smaller, sits with them. They are discussing travel and making plans, deciding which road will get them to their destination faster. A rustling noise catches the attention of several members of the group as they stand, watching over the fire, straining against the darkness to see. An enormous shadowy figure makes its way into camp, and the darkness slowly parts against the firelight to reveal who it is. Many members of the group stand, readying weapons. Others quietly invoke their god, preparing spells for battle. The girl looks around, confused, where the man stirring next to her stands, holding out his arms. He chastises the others in the group for not showing the proper hospitality to a stranger. The man walks towards the ogre, hand extended, speaking words of welcome in his own tongue. The ogre stands there for a brief moment. Then, with a swiftness seemingly unnatural for a being of its size, it swings the club it had been dragging behind itself. It connects with the man's head, causing a wet crushing sound. The woman to the girl's right screams and rushes to the man's side, covering half a distance before the man has even fallen to the ground. From the darkness all around the group, terrifying and blood-curdling shouts answer the screams of those in the camp as more figures approach through the darkness. Ah, you're one of the Kickstarter people, I believe. I didn't notice the gold tint to the name box until now. Well, I'll take your camping supplies in the meantime.
Yes?
And I'll carry on my way. A small fragment of history there. Oh! Okay! That's a problem. Good news. We can have at thee here. Move forward like this. Ha-ha! Have at thee!
How may I help?
We have God. We also
Following your lead.
have flail and bear. And the lion has been taken care of.
Hey,
This countryside is dangerous.
I'm here.
Countryside is very dangerous.
Quietly now.
And when we come back, folks, we will continue to explore. There's not much left of this area to check out. Not much left at all. But there is still some peril yet. Quite a bit of peril. Nothing we can't handle so far. But so far
hey.
is the key word. There might still be something really dangerous. Let's hope not, eh? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. If you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Also, we got some XP for that lion. We need to defeat more lions, clearly.